He made a bold move from a groom to a trainer. Soon in his time as a trainer he reached glorious heights, when he won the Triple Crown series of races. His history in horse racing is long and unique. QuickGallop.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper, are pleased to present the lifetime narrative of trainer Fitznahum Williams.
Speaking with trainer Fitznahum Williams.
Yes.
AKA Features.
Okay.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Morning. Good so far.
This is the trainer who was responsible for the 2008 Triple Crown winner, Al Safra.
Yeah.
Trainer, tell us about that horse. How did you acquire that horse?
Well, I trained horse for a gentleman by the name of Sherman Carr. And over a period of time, I seem to come up by a next horse, which him first horse I bought for him was Slew Legend. I win 8 races. It was a low class horse, bred at Mr. Jagai. And he do pretty well. So I'm second horse that I go and buy from Mr. Carr. It is too hard to trot. Win six races. Clive Lynch, most of those races. So over the period of time now after Slew Legend leave the place, I say, all right, a time for you if we can buy a next horse now. I check him out and him said, if me could seek something for him. So during my search all around the farm, go to the Toba Association and ask Mrs. Brown how I could help this man to get a horse. And Mrs. Brown said, well, by the knowing of me, he will try. And I saw him carry Mr. Norman Garden as a part owner with him. And from a loan, they get the amount of money to purchase a sulfur.
And Mr. Brown that you're speaking about is from the Thoroughbred
owner associate, yeah. Okay. So we go to Mr. Jagai, and that is a sulfur, and the next youngster was the only horse leave on the farm. So we say, if it's really this stage, we could just wait on sales day. And sales day we go by, and when a sulfur come out, which we're interested into, right? The time is that they have the name of sulfur yet, we just a yielding.
Right.
Okay? And me and the owner choose that name by going through some horse, and I say, I like my horse name start with A, so let's work a name who start with A. All time Englishman tell me that, so I keep it up. Anyway, at the sale, in first bid was from 100,000. The nice chestnut filly bred out of such breeding started at 100,000. A gentleman rise and said 140. We rise and say 160. The man say 180. We say 200. A man rise again from him seat and say $240,000. We step back for him and said 280. And the man sitting in his seat back. Mr. Paul Wright say he's going, he's gone for 280.
280.
280. So we got that horse at the same for 280. We say, all right. We bring in the papers to the authority. Well, he give you an anxious time. I wouldn't be here to stay and start to train. So I have to go all over to coax him down and carry him through. I have such an ugly style of stopping up at the 6th furlong to work, so you know how anxious is it. And anyway, by somewhere him said, I ready now to do something. So that's why I make him so late. He only just race 2 times as a 2-year-old.
Okay.
One time 5th and 1 time win. And then we have to go over to 3-year-old. It was so late in Broom. Anyway, it was good because I find that I had a good horse at hand. When I see how him brooming and every horse I ask him to exercise at, in telling the horses them say, oh, not ready like me. At the time I have Mr. Scapulus, Delium, Bidelium, and that's about 2 more. And he was telling me, say, China is easier than them, or better than them. But I tell him, say, I have to prove it out. So.
Right.
So I racing with Stevenson, and him round 5th. And 3 weeks time, I put Allen on him. And Allen behaved some way that him go through a suspension for the day. And I have to call for Nelson at a nickel time ride at the decoration day. And so from there, Nelson take him from me. And him win easily. That was the Sunnyside stake. And from there on now, I say, well, I'm going to carry it to the higher group. So I run him at the higher stake, which I want to find out if he bled. And he bled in that race. So I know to make the vet at the track to scope him, to have him on LASIK. So I would run him back until I gotta get him on LASIK. And from there on, I just move on to the trial. I couldn't get a rider for him. I know one rate Fitznahum Williams saying could train a triple crown horse, so all the jockey that I asked to ride him. I said, Trevor, take this horse off me now. Yes, Trevor, I beg you, sir. Champion jockey to take him. Yeah. And I'm sorry, at one of the morning, I tell me every morning, I said, do I find that I have something? I find that I have something, I know when I have something. And he tell me, yes, I couldn't get a jockey. I just use apprentice, Bennett, who apprenticed to Mr. Eunice, Bennett, that guy, and him take him. Him never have the experience enough. Galloper with him in about the 7th furlong trial, about 110, 111, that was too fast. So him run 3rd back. So everybody started to have eyes now and said that horse was extremely good. With a jockey who got capable. So I happened to preparing him for the guineas now, the 1,000 guineas. I don't have a jockey for ride him all those times I come on. I don't have a rider for him. I bought a race book about 8:30, the Friday, after fast work, after my last final blowout for the guineas. I buy a race book and see where a horse was destroyed, which Brian Hardy for ride. I said, but Brian Hardy don't have a ride in the race, because the horse that he's supposed to ride has been destroyed. So I got to fly on Mr. Eunice table, and Mr. Eunice said, yes, it's a good chance. I said, yes. I come to ask if Brian Hardy would ride that. And Brian Hardy, agent, which was Wilson, said, yes. I'm going to ask Brian. Brian is up. And he asked Brian Hardy to come down, and I and the owner plan out to stand his cars, find him a place, and all those. Okay? And Brian Hardy get on him the Wednesday morning. I said, Brian. But Brian said to me, I hear that you have a call for me. I said, yes. Get on this horse for me. Can't time from the winning post. Tease him a 3 furlong to see what you have underneath him. When Brian pull up the horse and take him back to me, Brian said, for a long while him don't go up on a horse as fit as this horse. Don't carry him back there till Saturday come give me train. I will do the rest. For a long while I don't hear a jockey say that. Don't carry him back to track. This is Wednesday morning. I will do the rest on your Saturday. I say, all right, Brian. Brian, it is high. About a length and a half. Cruising in the straight. And say, if I even go around the trap box, him can't pass me because I have nothing on. And if I'm there, it's the beginning of the triple crown. And that was the first leg, the 1,000 guineas.
And she went on to win the Oaks, the Derby, and the St. Leger, of course.
Yeah. But there was a development come between the owners and me. Because the owner wanted him to race in Governor's Cup. And I said, no, I can't send him 10 furlong as a filly. If it's a colt, maybe I can take the chance, but for a filly, I cannot send him 10 furlong 2 times.
Plus the Derby.
The Derby is the race that everybody wants. I know I'm capable as a trainer how long I've been around horse. I've been around horse from the 60s, riding horse, cooling out horse, grooming horse, do everything. I have the skill enough because I used to be around the Englishman named Jerry Skelton. So I have the idea as to all the things that he do. I know that I have the skill to carry him 7 weeks straight to that Derby, but I don't have to give him no run, because if I give him a next one, I'm going to leg him for the big one. And me and the one of them come to that decision and them say, trainer, the horse is doing good, so I'm going to left you. I can do what you're doing. And that's so I get the chance, the one to come and to my decision and say, yes, race him. So I prepare him properly and timely for the Derby. I have as much time, because if I leave that race, I got the amount of time to bring him to that race. That day is like it was about 4 months to carry him down. How nice he was.
Powerful.
Powerful, because if I run in between, I'm going to leg weary him. And when I ask, go in that race, leg weary. You don't know what to do. I'm just got the leg weary telling us, I'm leg weary, but you might don't know if you don't have the experience. So I give Brian the instructions. Brian, you ride this horse, you know him by your hand back. Just catch him up 4th, 5th, anywhere past stand. Anywhere from the 7th furlong, you can see them. I don't think a horse will take the lead in the straight for him. Don't matter the colt, that time I'm bucking up a very useful horse named Royal Image from the Unis. And with the great Shane Ellis. I said, don't watch them. Anywhere from the half mile, you will be so near. That's a thing you will take it before you turn in the straight. And exactly as I tell him, from the 3 furlong, they ask motive. And when him see that run, he take it top of the lane and he writes, he was on the wall. Right? 21 days, I got the St. Ledger. I said, I'm going to just fresh new. Fresh new, I have nothing much to do more than before. I got a fresh new carry back. I got to beat them all again. All right, St. Ledger, I asked him for a 7 furlong blowout. She wheel and deal was there doing the same work. Wheel and deal beat him now 120, 28, the 7 furlong blowout. It was all over the world. Not even Jamaica, like over the world. So she, wheel and deal beats in the man calling me from America. What that thing make happen, trainer? He get mashed up now, the filly get mashed up now. She's a deal and beat him. I say, well, come race him, I could see it. All I do is freshen him, trot him, go swim him, trot him, go swim him. That's one can't have that fast work. When him pass wheel and deal at the 7 furlong in the St. Ledger, him stand up one place. I don't do that, there's changes with him. Yeah.
How did that make you feel as now not only a Triple Crown winner but a 4-time classic winner for that year with this horse?
It make me feel very good, because you know, I started as a youngster with good manners and good behavior around horsemen. No one after fight, nor in no difficult or problem with trainers. Every trainer I work with, he can confident me. He's the first man who would ever put Emilio Radicate on a horse. First man. One Monday morning, when I done the stable work, I see Emilio Radicate walking, coming down in the paddock, which is 67, 1967. I see what come down with him, come back on the arm. I say, you look at stable to go? He say, yes. I said, come over here, sir. Me alone over here, sir. At a gentleman here, Sam Chifney. When I done the stable work, I see Emilio Radicate walking, coming down in the paddock, which is 67, 1967. I see what come down with him, come back on the arm. I said, you look at stable to go? He say, yes. I said, come over here, sir. Me alone over here, sir. At a gentleman here, Sam Chifney. And he come, and I show him all 6 hours that we have there. That Sam Chifney trained those times. Sam Chifney, right trainer name was Roy Williams. He was a head lad to to Larry Silvera, and in not too long achieved trainer license. That was Sam Tiffany. So me and this youth, Emilio Radicate was there. I never forgot the Monday morning when trainer Sam Tiffany come to the stable and say, "Features, who is this youth?" He says, "A youth, I look at stable for go, sir, and I tell him to come here. Can I?" He said, "Youth, come here, turn round." You know the word that him said about Emilio Radicate? This is a barn jockey. First I hear a man use a word like, "You don't go in a house market, you know." And the trainer said, "This is a barn jockey. Where you from, youth?" I said, "Rita, the man I know a rider." But me agree, me a youngster, me don't know it. That's that it. Anyway, he was there from the whole week and don't go up on horse. So you see the Sunday morning, I'm alone and him going there at the stable. As I see a first ride here, it was a horse we call Milo. He come from an American bred horse named Cowboy. And I give him his first ride on a Sunday morning, Emilio Radicate.
And the rest, they say, is history.
Yeah, or from there, we at the stable tell Paul take we over, Kenneth Dwyer. Which was a strict man, but in like cleanliness. You have to keep yourself clean and good. You have to get 5 o'clock in the morning. You have to catch your shower before you go up on a horse. It's just that I'm strictness, right? That was Mr. Dwyer. But there was a trainer behind us, training Mr. Crawford. But I have more horse. So Emilio Radicate find where he can expose to more riding. So I have to shift to Mr. Crawford and I remain at Mr. Kenneth Dwyer. And also I spent over 4 years with Mr. Kenneth Dwyer, idea about horses.
As a groom?
Yeah, as a groom. When I left Mr. Kenneth Dwyer, Mr. Kenneth Dwyer said to me one day, "You can hold your own anywhere in the world." He's very clever, hard-working youth. And so he applied for a groom license for me.
And that was when?
And that was something about early 70s.
Early
call
70s.
it, yeah.
But let's just go back a little bit. How did you get introduced to horse racing?
My mother liked races, but not to gamble. She said, "Come boy, at time I'm a wiggler, and I always from tail and go to Olava racing. At a Marley race course, Little Ascot, yeah. And she would buy early in the morning at the market. He just come catch the races now. I said, "Boy, see a sky juice, yeah? See a slice of bun and thing, and she make me have something to eat." And I said, "Come, we go watch race now." And he would have touched me and said, "What you want to fit? Look how I'm putting cap back." That time I can remember Rocky Brown, and I can remember Babu Stewart, and a couple of the old-time jockeys at the 60s at Marley race course. And that's how I developed. Can't make no move for Cayman as that yet. First time I make a move to Cayman was 1966. I come down there one day, and sometime in the week I have a rainfall, I can see Selassie.
You come see?
Yes, Selassie. When I reverse the train so to show people him. Right out of Gregor Park Police Station, 1966. It was August, 1966. And so it continued till I still have to go home. I can't make no move yet. Till I met the break now, it was a man named Roy Williams. He wanted me to come to my district all the while, and I saw the contacts met now till I can come.
Which district?
Spring Village, where this horse, Burma Hood, from Mr. Leslie Perry's son, named Ginger Perry, by that horse. So I know them gentlemen, their horse is good, but they have horse at my district. That is Leslie Perry of this horse named Sir Leslie, my fancy, my own. That was Leslie Perry horse. And so his son buy this horse here. He said to his son one day, "You go buy a idiot horse, a man to go be named Burma Hood. You have sense, boy?" He said, "Watch your Burma go there, no daddy." And that's what's it. Burma becomes a powerful racer here. And bred out of dense name by Picasso. I never forgot that big horse. It was the strongest horse I've ever seen as a youth. When you look at the stud Picasso, you could walk through his arm, the 4 arms, without touching the horse body. So it's from that early days I started to, I come on till I started to know the big cup of tea, the Jerry Skellington train horses them, the Mortimer Aaron train at Princess, a year class, American bred horse, that is 60.
So you worked with Jerry Skelton and Marty Heron?
Yeah, for a short while, but Paul was my continued trainer before I turned out. Yeah, but I know about Jerry Skelton a lot because he's a man who has here, gives me a little work. So come on, man, you're going to ask me, come, do so and so and so. You understand? And give me a little tip. So
you got a lot of experience.
Experience from Mr. Jerry Skelton.
Who else as trainers would you have worked with?
One of the most best trainers in those days I worked with was Sidney Watson at Melvin Park Stud and Stable. I remember nearly 20 of the winners at Melvin Park Stud and Stable. But when I leave from there, I leave with Atkinson. He have a license, but I as a groom with an experience and then they have to train their horses them. All the winners that's Atkinson have, I would have to train them time as a groom, because it's gone to his work. So I have the opportunity to build up on what I know by training them. After a while, I said, I went to a next trainer, which I come by Mr. DeCosta. Mr. DeCosta see me experience about us, and the experience is quite good. So he have me as an assistant, a groom and an assistant. And from there, a groom and last horse was Mr. Sem Stational, run second in the Super Stake, beaten by Doval. And I dare take a break. A breeder owner, that was Mr. Mackesy, called me and gave me my first horse to train. He said, you do so well with my horse them, which I have to give you a horse, because I used to train, move around, through the flame, Hills Glen, Burden Flame, and those horses were very good under the angleship of Mr. Atkinson. So when him see my name in paper, say I get trainer license, I ask Mr. Atkinson to get some places.
As a groom, about how many races do you think you would have won as a groom?
Mr. DeCosta alone was 88.
88 with Mr. DeCosta?
Yeah, and remember all of those places, maybe another 80. Or 70 Wally. Yeah, I do a good man. Melvin Park, a whole heap, Atkinson, Mr. Lloyd Mackenzie, that trainer. Never forgot him. I see him in Acrodac Race Course. I go to New York in 2009 and see Mr. Lloyd Mackenzie and see a number of horsemen in Acrodac Race Course in New York. And when I go over Belmont, just the same amount to see a horseman. I visit those places in 2009. But after I was granted a visa to take a Salfa to Puerto Rico to race in the Caribbean Classic in Puerto Rico. I travel back and see all the places where I see a man at Calder Race Course. I go to Penn National in Pennsylvania. I go down to Mahmoud Park, where you go under the Hudson River and go. So I got a few tracks well in the racing in the world.
Trainer, who were you assistant trainer to, and which year did you get your trainer's license?
I was assistant trainer to Mr. Wayne DeCosta.
So when did you get your trainer's license?
1996.
1996.
That's his 20-something.
And how has it been since you have become a trainer? How has that journey been for you?
I don't get as much horses to train to prove myself, because I'm still believe that half of my skill still don't get to show out. So I don't get the type of horses to train. So I just don't get the amount of horses or the type of horses.
Who were some of the trainers that graduated with you?
Victor Williams, Perkins, Wesley Perkins, Elliott, Colin Ferguson, to name a few. Was that my graduation?
And about how many races do you think you would have won since you became a trainer?
At that time, I was over 120 something. Over 120 something. You know, quite remember, but I know early on, I was just about, I seen in a book, a race book one day, so I must have won 2 races to 130.
Okay.
So, and I will more than 2 of them.
Who is the best horse you have trained?
Well, I would say Asafatu is a triple crown, but I know he cannot get up like just some time. So
Right.
carries a solid A-class horse.
Solid A-class horse.
Yeah, yeah, but I would say with triple crown, you get to go represent Jamaica and go foreign
By the
racing.
way, how was that episode and experience in the Caribbean Classic?
It was great. I like it. I like it because I get to meet with so many people who just speak a different language, people who welcome you. Puerto Ricans say, you're welcome, because we are Jamaican and you come from this, what is the next Williams? Next Williams that coming this year? And we know that was Billy Williams, so there's so much thing we get to know from there.
Right.
So I know all we can do, you're a person speak English, speak Spanish, but you're getting onto it, that's your hand side, it, you know.
Right.
And you're doing what English people what them are saying. So it was good. Yeah.
Features, you have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Which is the best horse you have seen race here?
Terry Toes. And here come down here, little boy. Comes to Terry Toes race. And the next horse to it, don't have it on the top of my head now. The Terry Toes will go back home. Yeah.
So trainer, what about in recent time? Who are some of the horses you see race here that you think is of good quality?
Thunderbird. You know see that horse yet? Anytime him turn on the straight, you can't believe that a airliner come. Sky Train. See up on a number of good horses race. Ramesses. Anybody wants to Ramesses run? He was out of Blue Nile. Him one of the first horses me see. Rate. Remember, we're rating is from F to A, you know. Or from A to F. And that horse race A-class has for my 3-year-old. After Ramesses do all his duty as a 2-year-old, him run in the Gold Cup around December. And Kilowatt beat him. He said in Valley A-class horse as a 2-year-old. See how a good horse race one.
What about jockeys?
Jockeys, say Miller Radical base. But you know, Vincent Griffiths, good mind and good behavior and keep up good as the best Caribbean rider. Yeah, but we say Miller Radical. When we catch you for go down, so put on your whip. I'll fix you up. That's right, Jackie.
You seem to be enjoying yourself.
We like racing and all.
How much longer do you think you will
Well,
continue?
if I don't get a good cracker coming me hand over the next 2 years facing 70-year-old, I gotta take it for a walk, because I pretty really put myself good in. I can go over my farm, I have over 200 banana and 200 plantain. The talk about breadfruit. Jelly coconut, 78 trees is on that 3-acre land. But I take time plant. But I don't take further.
What else Fitznahum Williams love to do when you're not on the farm or dealing with racehorses?
Well, I'm telling you, if you check a man in a race where can chef like me, you just have to be a good chef.
You love the kitchen?
You have to be a good chef. After children about me, I used to sell all the food to them at the time. I'm a very, very experienced chef too. Yeah, man. When you see the wild peanut porridge, man, I talk about American.
What about trainers? Who would have been some of the top trainers? I mean, you spoke highly of one already. But tell us who would have been some of the top trainers.
Well, we don't have to go around. You can say Mr. DeCosta, Mr. Fiani, those are outstanding top trainers, those 2 trainers. Mr. DeCosta used his experience to become so great. Because they are like, when I started out, they have the Bobby Hills, they have the Paul Newman. I come so early, so I know all Paul Newman first ask, you know. Yeah, I asked name Debbie and Distant John. Those 2 are start off Paul Newman. Debbie distant job. Then youngsters when they come, don't know that. Yeah, but I there early. And see the Razzie, I talked to Razzie in Calder Race Course. And so Razzie, you remember Royal Crest? So you was one of those times. So why you talk about Sir Ralphie, man? I'm not spread this thing as sprawl. And he said, if you remember Royal Crest, you remember good.
Trainer, finally, what can fans and supporters of features look forward to for the rest of 2023 and beyond?
Well, right in me, I know I just got 4 3-year-old. Them broom late. So now you can push them, you just have to carry them to the foal and see what is in them. And they might not have the best bread, but I raced a filly a couple of weeks ago and seen one second, and I asked him if you can stand up to take the task. I'm going to carry to something better. So that I can do.
What's the name of that filly?
Lady Karma. I wouldn't call all of them racers. It is only she out of the 4 3-year-old, ready and proved. The rest of them just coming to the foal, you know, can't tie up.
All right, trainer, want to thank you and wish you all the best going forward.
Yeah. Anytime, sir. And thank you too.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallop.com, YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for more enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.